Hi, welcome to Chats with the Chaplain. I'm Jess. I hope you're going well. The last couple of weeks we've been talking about values. In the first video, I went through a few strategies to identify what your values are. And in the second video, we had a look at one of the Uprise activities, which is called activity scheduling. And the idea behind that was to look at how you can start building activities into your life that are more aligned with your values. So this week I just wanted to expand on that just a little bit more around making some of those choices towards a values-led life, because it can be really hard when we've got competing priorities and people and time and gosh, so many things, social media, technology, activities are competing for our attention, and it can be really hard to decide what it is we want to go after, how to say yes to things, how to say no to other things, and we feel bad for saying no sometimes. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit today, and there's a resource that I'm going to pop below in the description. It's called a Wholeness Reflection Exercise, and it's a little bit in line with what your values are, but also looks at what's known as the 6 dimensions of wellness. And so these are 6 areas of your life. They include spiritual, emotional, occupational, physical, social, and intellectual. So they're going to be on that sheet, and there'll be a few descriptions of what those are. But the idea is that when we're attending to all of these areas of our life, then we have higher levels of well-being and satisfaction. And when they're aligned with our values, that's just even better. So it looks at what they call energy blocks. So, if you could picture these areas of your life and the things that you want to do as energy blocks, and you've only got a limited number of energy blocks to use, where are you using those energy blocks? Where are you dedicating your time to? And if you sort of map that out a little bit in your life and start to realize the things that you're putting your time and energy into and not the things that are actually in line with your values, or there's a discrepancy between, say, you really value and want to build on your emotional well-being, but you've got nothing that you're directing your energy towards in that area, then you might need to revisit what you're doing and where you're pouring energy into. So it goes through that on the worksheet, which you can have a look at. But the other way to think about it is when you are trying to make decisions around what you're doing in your life, where you're spending energy, who you're saying yes to, what you're saying yes to, what you're saying no to, is stopping and thinking about sort of almost like a series of steps. So every decision you make, every yes, every no, are you taking a step towards a values-led life, or are you taking a step away? Because sometimes it can feel a little bit risky to say no to things because we fear rejection, or we fear we're going to miss out. But if you look at the bigger picture and think, is it a step towards my values, or is it a step away if I say yes or no to this? And so sometimes when we say no to something, or we stand up for something that might feel like, ooh, we might get rejected, reframe that rather than rejection. Think about it as a step towards your values and a step away from what is not right for you. So think about those decisions as a series of steps. Are they leading you towards your values and towards the life that you want to live, or are they leading you away? And you can use the exercise below as well as a bit of a way to visualize where you're pouring your energy into, whether you are sort of a little bit unbalanced with where those energy blocks are in your life, and how you might be able to get a little bit more back on track to the things that you really want to do and the things that are actually true to who you are. And when we actually live out of that space, when we're true to who we are, we're true to our talents, our skills, our values, we are much less stressed. Yes, stresses are going to come. Yes, bad things are going to happen. We're going to hit obstacles in our life, but we will have more of a buffer against those things and more of a resilience against those things if we are able to make decisions based on our values. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful to think about it in that way, and you can try out the exercise, or you can always reach out to me as well, and we can go through this together and work through that. And you can also get an Uprise Coach, of course, And you know, you might have some goals around this that you want to be accountable to and get some assistance with, and get someone to partner with you on. So you can always do that through an Uprise Coach as well. But feel free to reach out to me anytime and we can sort of dig a little bit further into this. But hopefully this little mini series on values has been helpful to you, and we'll kick into something new next week. So stay tuned.